this is a third technical violation, so you could get up to 15 days in jail on this. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
The allegation is that you failed to appear for drug testing on January 15th, that you tested positive for alcohol this morning at the court with a .051 when you came in at 8:10, and then you had a .048 on at 8:13 a.m. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Gazicki, how's your plan?
Those charges, Ms. Watkins going to plead guilty, and we could address the court prior to sentencing.
Okay. So, ma'am, to the allegation that you failed to appear for drug testing on January 15th, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the allegation that you came in this morning and tested positive on a PBT at the courthouse at 8:10 a.m. with a .051, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. Mr. Gazicki?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to accept the pleas.
Okay. I explained to Ms. Watkins these are serious, violations. Any violation is serious. There's a recommendation of 5 days in jail. Your Honor, I don't, personally, I don't think that's really going to do. Well, let me put it this way: it's going to cause more harm than good. Ms. Watkins, for one, expressed to me just the few hours that she's been in jail today has terrified her. She never wants to be in that situation again. I understand with the other violations, she was not exposed to any kind of incarceration, let alone 5 days. At the moment right now, her main issue is she's got an 11-year-old son that's in school for 3 o'clock. There's no other arrangements for the child to be picked up. Also, Ms. Watkins has 2 part-time jobs. She's starting another part-time job in the morning, where she makes about $14 an hour. And any kind of incarceration obviously is going to have an effect on the new job that she's just starting, and possibly on the one that she has now. She's trying her best, Your Honor. She does have a doctor's appointment on Monday that she reports. She has to see her psychiatrist, a psychiatrist and a counselor, I believe. Is that correct? Therapist. She has an issue of depression and anxiety. She has not had medication for those illnesses, and foolishly, she took some alcohol this morning, trying to calm her anxiety.
How'd she get to court today?
How'd you get to court today?
I drove. I live like two minutes down the street.
Your Honor, that's not a good move, but it's still not under the .08, and there's no allegation that it impaired her driving. But it's not a wise choice.
Not at all.
Okay. We're just asking the court if possibly the sentence could be held in abeyance. Let her see her psychiatrist and therapist on Monday and see where that plays out.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This is her second use violation. This is the second positive alcohol screen she's had. I thought she should be in treatment court from the get, and I can't recall what it was that led her to not be in treatment court. It might have been that she wasn't interested in the program, or the time constraints were too much, but it's certainly clear to me that she needs increased supervision because she's not doing well. I couldn't imagine getting in a drunk driving accident, getting in a car accident while drunk driving. She said a .2 something. It was a .24, or 29, something very high. It was 3 times the legal limit. You got in a crash, right? Then you get put on probation. You've already been caught drinking once and admitted to it. You've had another violation for a missed test, and now here we are. It's really concerning to me, Ms. Watkins, that you would drive a motor vehicle to a court to PBT test. I mean, it's the lack of judgment is it's startling, to be honest with you. It's shocking to me. And it says, and I think, Ms. Watkins, you know this, you've been in front of me a few times. Have I always treated you fairly?
Yes.
Like, I'm not disrespectful to you. I'm not, I have expectations, so I have court orders that you've got to follow. And I can't not impose a sanction. I on a violation like this. I mean, in a lot of, if it would have been your fourth violation, you probably would have just done 90 days in jail, but I'm confined by the law, I can't do that. But your next one, I can. And if it's a use violation, if you're not taking advantage of the resources that we're providing you, and you're not interested in trying to live your life in a different way that doesn't put you in front of a judge, then maybe it's best you just do your 90 and move on. We're gonna extend probation 3 months. All other terms of probation will be completed. I can't see any, I think Kara's recommendation, it could have been for 15. She's only asking for 5. I am adopting the recommendation. She drove a vehicle to court with a .05 to see a probation officer while she's on probation for drunk driving. The recommendation of probation will be followed. She's to serve 5 days of jail forthwith.
Could she have a startup date tomorrow, Your Honor? Take arrangements for her child at school?
She can make phone calls.